So in this video, we're going to check out episode 13 of the Bootcamp series for the Polyend Tracker Plus. Make sure to watch the previous episode since we're building up from the first. The episodes before this one are for the original Polyend Tracker, but it can also apply to the Plus version. So if you get lost, just start from the first episode. It's recommended that if you want to understand all these features, to watch these videos at least once a day until these things become second nature. Even if you take out 5 minutes a day, you should be seeing big results in no time. In this episode, we're going to check out the PERC drum synth engine. From the pattern screen, let's go to the first synth instrument by holding down the instrument button and pressing the first pad. Next, let's press instrument parameters. Let's hold down model and turn to PERC. So let's press the lit one. That's the kick. Then we have snare, hi-hat closed, hi-hat open, cymbal, percussion. Then the rest of the pads, trigger, toms. Notice the unlit pads are at the same part as the lit. Now we're going to press Edit Patch. We're going to look over the initial settings for the macros we'll be making. Just like the other synth engines in the previous episodes, we can see a grid here. We can switch between the different parameter categories and the macros showing on the screen. And we can still preview, but the lit up pads are configured differently from the last screen. So here is kick, snare, hi-hat closed, hi-hat open, cymbal, and then percussion, and then tom is down here. So there's a lot of parameters, but just like the last episodes, we're just going to create an initialization patch. Let's press Init Patch and then press yes. So first we're in kick. Let's make the pitch C1. Let's go down to mod decay, make that 0. We also see a mixer here. You can change the level of each of these, the panning, the delay amount, reverb, and the output. And then we can route the output main, post overdrive, or post EQ. That's for each part that we have here. Let's go to effects. There's a wave shaper type. Let's change that to bit crush. Let's make the EQ low to 2 decibels. Let's make the mid EQ negative 18 decibels. Then the high, turn that to negative 18 decibels. Now we're going to go over all the parameters that we want to create for each macro. If you just want to see the workflow, you can skip this using the timestamps. So macro 1, let's go to the name here and let's press edit. We'll call this one EQ. Save. Now we're just going to turn this all the way off. Now parameter 1, we're going to set to effects EQ mid. Now we're going to change the amount to 0.79. Now we're going to make EQ low 0.81. Next, macro 2, turn all of these to unassigned. And then all the way to the top. Let's press edit. I'm going to call this pitch. Now let's press save. Parameter 1, I'm going to choose kick pitch. Let's change that to 0.17. Parameter 2, let's choose snare pitch. Let's bring that up to 0.77. Parameter 3, let's choose hi-hat tone pitch. Let's change the amount to 2.0. Next is macro 3. Let's disable everything here. Go to the top, edit. Let's call this decay. Press save. Parameter 1 set to kick body decay and set it to 0.5. Parameter 2, PERC decay. Set that to 0.5. Let's make parameter 3, snare body decay. Let's make that 0.5. Let's make parameter 4, cymbal body decay. We'll set that 0.5. And then last parameter 5, hi-hat closed decay. Set that to 0.5 as well. Let's go to macro 4 and turn all the parameters off. Let's go to the name, edit. Now it's going to be shifting the waveform, so wave, save. Let's make parameter 1, hi-hat timbre. Let's make that 0.95. Next, let's choose parameter 2, kick body wave. Let's change that to 0.74. Let's make parameter 3, tom transient timbre. Let's make that 0.66. Let's make parameter 4, cymbal tone noise mix. Let's set that to 0.99. Set parameter 5 to snare body wave and set it to 0.93. Next, let's go to macro 5. Let's unassign all of these. Go to the top, edit. We're going to call this mod amount. Press save. Let's make parameter 1 kick mod decay. Let's make that 0.11. Let's make parameter 2 snare body wave. Let's make that 0.54. Now the last one, macro 6. Let's unassign this. And then go to the top, press edit. We're going to name that crush. Press save. Let's make parameter 1 effects wave shaper level. Let's set that to 1. Now let's choose save as. Now we're going to name it. I usually put 2 zeros at the beginning, and then just call it init. There it is. Now we have saved our patch. Let's go back to pattern. We're going to notice the pads aren't lit up. We have to remember where the notes are to trigger. Let's start with a very basic beat, and then we're going to load in some synths so we can see what the macros can do to the tone of the drums. Let's just start with a new pattern, length 8. Step jump 2. We're just going to enter in the hi-hat. Now let's make a beat. Let's make it really simple. Choose step jump 0. That way we can change if we want to. Let's go to the second screen, choose duplicate. Now let's add another kick here. Press instrument parameters, choose load patch. I'm going to choose my initialization that I made in the previous episode. So I just set up the macros here. Now let's go to the pattern. Let's put in a little bass line here. Go to master, let's turn up space, little bass boost, limiter, turn the threshold down so we start to see some compression, turn up the release, turn release to 0.005, now let's change the polyphony maybe to 4. Go in the macros, I can turn the cutoff down. Turn up sub. Turn the decay down a little. Let's go to delay. Turn the time down. Feedback down. Let's add another track. Let's turn the gain down. Let's focus on the drums. Let's see what we can do now. Bring the pitch down. Change the EQ. Change the decay. We can control all these in the effects as well. Let's change the wave. We can do a lot of different sounds now. Bit crush and really start doing some